Now, players in the tea value chain warn that prices of the green leaf might be affected by the projected global economic shocks. Sasini Group Managing Director Martin Ochieng says Kenya's top two markets in Pakistan and Egypt, which buy 58% of Kenyan tea, are experiencing economic turmoil that might affect the tea purchasing power.
Latest figures from the Tea Directorate show that earnings in the first 8 months of 2022 stood at 88 billion shillings, which was 5 billion shillings more when compared to 2021. However, players in the tea subsector predict a tough year, highlighted by subdued demand from key markets such as Pakistan, that buys 40% of Kenyan tea, and Egypt, that accounts for 18% of the tea exports. Both Pakistan and Egypt are facing potential recession that may diminish their consumers' purchasing power.
Pakistan is on the verge of bankruptcy as a country. They buy a very substantial proportion of our tea. Another thing that has happened in Egypt is that they had a major devaluation of their currency this last year. That means that tea is more expensive for Egyptians.
To cushion the tea subsector from the global economic shocks, tea companies are calling for increased mechanization of operations to lower the cost of production.
Cutting our costs to pluck by machine is very, very much cheaper. But when politics comes into tea, what's going to happen?
Sasini targets to expand its coffee business to Rwanda and Uganda due to reduced production in Kenya that has seen many roasters operating below capacity.
Kenya's contribution to global coffee is 0.2%. Actually, it's zero. So when we make a lot of noise about what we want to do with coffee and how we want to make changes to that, and that's how that is working, we need to be very careful that our importance and the critical part that we play in global coffee is very small, and we need to protect that. Actually, we need to grow that as opposed to diminishing it.
He wants the government to fully liberalize cash crops, especially tea and coffee, to allow farmers to directly sell their produce to those offering the best prices.
It's us, Kenyans. We buy from the world 1.6 trillion shillings more than we export. So if we start meddling with tea and coffee and macadamia and avocados, what are we going to do? We're going to make Kenyans poorer.
Benson Druba reporting for Prime Edition.